Hello, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you. What you have here is a introductory movement plan. You can even call it a health plan because for one, we're going to dive into some movements, some baseline foundational movements that you need to solidify as part of your physical competency. And then on the other side, there's a introductory to what I call the eight essentials. And this is something that I push for with everybody who works with me. These are natural law principles that continue to repeat themselves in regards to how a human is designed to live, and thus will allow them to express life and health at the most optimal levels that they desire. So these eight essentials are very specific to you, and I highly encourage you to explore these eight and see how you can fit them within your day-to-day context, and start working on improving upon them. But what I want to do now is just kind of explain the movement side of things, because there's a lot of principles and concepts that are very new. They were brand new to me, so I'm assuming they were going to be brand new to you as well. So first off, these are baseline foundational movements that every single human should be able to perform, whether you're a teen, young adult, elderly, an athlete, or someone who's dealing with an injury. You need to own these and solidify these as part of your physical competency. And this is what training truly looks like. Call it exercise, fitness, movement, training. This is what training consists of. And if you think of it in a pyramid-like fashion, at the bottom of the pyramid, you have your foundation. These are the prerequisites, the fundamentals, the basics that allow you to perform the stuff at the top of the pyramid, which is essentially everything that we love to do in life, from jogging, hiking, biking, playing a sport, whether that's competitively or recreationally, gardening, swimming, surfing, skiing, whatever the case may be, even your occupation, even if that's blue collar work or sitting in a chair for 10 hours a day or raising a family of two. You need to own this bottom portion of the pyramid that is your foundation. It's kind of the bargain that we agreed upon with being born. Just how a baby isn't immediately able to play a sport, go run, jump, sprint, all these crazy things that we enjoy doing. They went through this developmental progression where they owned very basic movements by the thousands all day, every single day. It's no different for the adult. And again, this is what training consists of. It's teaching your body how to interact in the environment in which you desire to participate in or that demands of you. And in order to survive that environment and be able to perform at that environment optimally without getting hurt, your training has to exceed that environment. If you're hurt, same principles apply. We need to stimulate yourself greater than the stimulus of what caused your injury. They're not divorced. Performance and health are not divorced. They're the same thing. So that is what training is. And this movement plan is a nice introductory for you to explore and see if your training has been preparing you for the life that you want to live. If not, it's time to change. And this is a great opportunity for you to start exploring with. Secondly, some of the movements that you're going to see here are very brand new. I'm sure you've never been exposed to them because I was never exposed to them. And I'll just kind of dive into a couple of them to kind of paint a better picture to see what you'll be getting into. So real quick, the essence of what a muscle can do. It can do three things. It can contract, this is the bicep now, concentrically, this is shortening, eccentrically, lengthening, or isometrically, static tension. Now, some of these movements, they are a version of an isometric, where we're getting into a predetermined position and resisting gravity for as long as possible. Now, this does a lot of things, and I won't go into detail on all the muscular stuff because they're fantastic in developing mobility, strength in a lengthened state, and they transfer over to almost everything that we do. I want to just talk about one thing specific to these holds. And what these holds do is we can create a life or death situation perceived by your brain without the actual effect. Meaning, you get into a predetermined position, take a lunge, for example. We give you parameters that you have to maintain throughout the duration of the hold. Because what happens when fatigue kicks in, the brain's going to try and take the path of least resistance to buy you time and make things easier. So there's parameters that you have to maintain. But essentially, when you get into this position, your brain's going to freak out. You're going to get to the point where things are going to start to fail. Muscles are going to give out. They're going to burn. They're going to shake. Your breath is going to get shot. You're going to have a stress response, a sympathetic response. Your brain's perceiving this as death. It doesn't know any different. It thinks the system's dying. And so what happens? You stare this stimulus in the face. You tell it no. And you're going to maintain this position through that stimulus, through perception of death, essentially. And it's just going to heighten you to a whole nother level. Because remember, training is stimulating yourself greater than the environment you want to be in. Injury, stimulating yourself greater than the stimulus of the injury. How do we do that? These holds are a fantastic opportunity because we can stimulate you to essentially the brink of what the brain perceives as death without the risk. Because the worst thing that can happen is you just take a knee out of your position. It's a safe position that you can just exit out of. There's no damage done, even in the face of injury, which is pretty awesome. So this movement plan, again, it has a set of baseline foundational movements, and there's suggestions with time frames that I recommend that you hit from a day-to-day basis for the given move. There is video explanations on how to perform them. And then there is the 8 essentials that I highly, highly, highly recommend you explore. Because what those 8 things do, those 8 principles, 1, they allow you to express life at the highest level possible that you desire. Pretty awesome. But when a trauma or event that's not so ideal happens in your life, and it's bound to happen, that's just what life is, you can now deal with that. So let's say you get hurt. You now have the necessary tools and principles to take with you through this movement plan, through this health plan, whatever you want to call it, to deal with that input. And you don't need to outsource yourself to me, to any other health practitioner, because you got it. So again, I'm just trying to give you the blueprint, a direction that you can explore and follow for yourself, experiment, because that's the best teacher, personal experimentation. And in hopes that I have with this is that you realize that you are your own healing guru, and that you now have the power in your hands to express life at the highest level that you deem possible, that you expect for yourself. And then so you can continuously evolve and improve yourself on all levels. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'm more than happy to talk, answer any questions, concerns. If you want to work with me on a deeper basis, by all means, I'm here. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I hope this serves dividends, and you take this to heart and try to make this your own and see what it means to you, because I have full faith and confidence that this will drastically improve not only your health on all levels, and in turn, life on all levels. And that's beautiful. So Merry Christmas, happy holidays. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.